Hey, what's up? It's Matt, and this is the podcast. My key point for this week is to not use profanity because my last episode had so much profanity. It was just riddled. Uh Literally I didn't even want to post it because I was like, "Oh my god, what? No, why did I curse so much?" The last episode I recorded it at literally 1 a.m. in the morning, and I was tired. I had just finished all my edibles. So also usually when I record these, I've taken like a 20 milligram dose of edibles. That did not happen for the last episode. The last episode, I was like completely sober, drinking water and eating Pringles, and it was 1 a.m. in the morning, and I was in this weird state of mind where, for some reason, I thought dropping f bombs and s bombs for the entire episode would be an interesting thing to do. It was not because it sucked when it came to editing to the point where I just left it in, and the only thing I said to myself was, "Hey, you know what? If people think I have like first grade vocabulary because of the amount of cursing and profanity I just dropped, uh let it be because I am not putting so many beeps in here. And that's another reason why I think I need an editor because, again, like I said when I started this up, when I walked in this room, I am a subpar audio editor. Like, I'm not really much of an engineer, and that's a lie, but it's actually also the truth. It's kind of like one of those like weird convoluted like clashing personalities or talents that I have. On one hand, I can edit really great, on the other hand, I can't. Like, I can edit really great audio if it's decent audio. But if you hand me audio that makes my brain explode, such as the audio I handed myself last week, no, absolutely not. I don't even know how I got through that. And on top of that, it was 2 hours long. Bro, I almost died editing that. Like, it took me days. I didn't even go to the gym for like 4 days because my brain was exploding. Like, I almost did not post it, and I was trying to be consistent. Like, I'm actually trying to be consistent with this for at least 4 to 5 sessions just to see if I enjoy doing it. But bro, oh my god. And it really fucked up my workout because when I actually ended up going to the gym yesterday, I ended up going to the gym at 7 o'clock at night, and it was crowded. It was the end of the after work crowd, and nothing was available. No machine, no weight, no anything. The only thing I was able to do was cardio and lifting. And on top of that, I also kind of like screwed myself on my income because I've been putting so much money into this. The money that's going into this is actually the money that would typically go into other things that I'm doing. And I started getting phone calls. People were like, dude, are you going to pay us? And I was like, wait, how much? It was like, oh shit. So let's just say no, it's not that I don't have bad money management. It's because I decided that doing this was important to me enough to make sacrifices that I would otherwise not make. So I'm kind of like in this
Hey man,
weird
so
space of
it is what it is. Point is, I'm just trying to I'm just not in the mood today. If you can tell, I'm not in the mood. I don't know why. It just kind of started off bad. I was pissed off because my Uber ride was like, oh my god, bro. Uber is like so fucking. So watching Uber is literally like watching the fucking stock market. Like it's literally like watching stocks from like 9 to 5. Like those numbers rise and fall so often to the point where I just can't even look at my phone sometimes when I'm just like, if I want to go somewhere, like I'm not even gonna bother to go because I have two options. Because I live in LA right now, and I don't really like public transportation in LA because public transportation in LA in Los Angeles is the fucking worst. It takes 2 hours on a bus to get anywhere because everything is so spread out. If you actually want to do something, you need to be in specific areas. And if you're not in those areas or you're outside of those zones, then you are actually FUCKED because you cannot get anywhere. You need to get on the bus and it takes 2 hours. Like I used to work in a valley when I first moved to LA in January, and it took me 2 hours each way to work every single day to the point where I would just pay $50. 50. I would pay $50 just to go to work every single day because I did not want to pay. I did not want to, well, in some ways, pay for getting to work with my time. 2 hours to get to work was not something I wanted, and a 2 hour bus ride back from work, equally not something I want either. This evening I opened the Uber app to get here to record, and it was initially it was $25. $25, and then Uber X was $24. And I was like, I'm sorry, Uber Black was $24 and Uber X was $25. And I was like, things are bad in pricing when Uber Black cost less than Uber X and Uber Share. And typically I will take like Uber Share. No fucking shame. Because I'm not paying fucking 20 something dollars for an Uber. I think that Uber needs to have like set fucking prices. Like, and I know LA County, Los Angeles County is a large county. I get it. Trust me, I get it. So because of the space and the distance of everything, I understand that pricing here is going to be sensational at bare minimum. But the idea of paying $25 to go from Koreatown to Westlake is like ridiculous. That's ridiculous. That's like a $9 ride. Like that should be $9. Like the pricing of Uber is absurd. Like I understand they have to like pay their employees and they're like a tech company. Technically they are a tech company. They're like a tech uh ride sharing company, whatever they want to consider themselves. And I get it. I respect it. You're trying to make money and you want your investors to make money. I get that. But who is paying $35 every fucking day? And but first of all, let me stop you right here. Let me stop myself right here. First of all, the bulk of the people that use Uber are using it because they're in a situation where they have to. In Los Angeles County, most people that live here, they drive. So they drive from point A to point B. People in Los Angeles County drive even if they have to drive some swooped up hoopty. And I only learned that word from my cousin, by the way. They will drive if they will fucking pull a Flintstone and like walk their car to wherever they have to go before they get in an Uber because the price of an Uber in Los Angeles County is absurd. Now, the price of an Uber in New York City is equally as absurd, but the price in Los Angeles is ridiculous. I was when I was in New York, I needed to get an Uber from my hotel to my storage unit, and the Uber to do that was like $75. And I was like, no, absolutely not. I will take the two trains. I will take the 2 to 3 trains. I will slum it out, bum it out, uh vagrant it out. I will do what I have to do, but I'm not paying fucking $75 to get across the Queensboro Bridge when I'm literally right there. Like I could walk there. So I was like, fuck it, I'll walk. I'm not paying $75 for an Uber for some place I could fucking walk to. So guess what? I walked and I kept my stuff. I kept my $75 and I got fucking sushi. Cause I love sushi. Anybody that knows me knows I love fucking sushi. Why the hell am I giving you my sushi money for a fucking ride for somewhere I can walk? You know what? Fuck it, I'll walk. This is bullshit. And then they have obscene prices for people in Los Angeles because I know that Uber knows that people in Los Angeles can't get everywhere on foot or on public transportation. They know Los Angeles public transportation sucks. They fucking know that shit. There's nobody on the planet that doesn't know that. You want to know how everybody knows that Los Angeles County's public transportation sucks? Because until I got here, I didn't know Los Angeles had a subway station. I didn't know that. That's how much it sucks. I didn't know. Like I knew San Francisco would have a bus. I knew San Francisco had buses, but the only reason I knew San Francisco had buses is because I used to play a really good video game that was based in Los Angeles. Many video games based in Los Angeles. But I didn't even, pardon me, I didn't know Los Angeles had a train. I also didn't know San Francisco had a train, but when I got there and I found out, I was like, holy shit. I didn't know that. I was like, holy fucking shit. Oh my god. They have a train. Whoa! I mean, it could use some work. Like their infrastructure kind of sucks a little bit, but they're actually doing a lot of work to improve their infrastructure. So I respect it. But and mostly the people that take the trains in San Francisco, they're taking it to get across the Bay Area. So like they'll take it from like downtown to get to places like Oakland, to get to Oakland really because there's no train going from like Sausalito to San Francisco. That's not happening. That you got to drive to do that. Everyone in Sausalito and across those parts, they all drive. But if you're in San Francisco or the downtown area specifically, you're gonna take a train or a bus or a tram or the one of those other forms of transportation that they have around San Francisco. So you'll get around San Francisco. It's a great city to live in. I mean, you still need a car, but they also really have those really good electric rental cars that they've partnered with AAA to do. So that's really great. In Los Angeles, they also have a similar rental service that is a set of electric cars, but that is called Blink Mobile, and they don't have it all over the city. It's literally, again, like San Francisco. It remains situated in like the downtown regions and the Hollywood regions. The more of the regions where you're gonna have people who are moving around and wanting to get from point A to point B quickly, and so that's really great to see there. That's really great. But besides that, I'm sitting there, in the bathroom getting ready to get my Uber, and it goes from 24 to 25, and then all of a sudden it changes to 35. 35. 35, and I got on Twitter and I was like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. $35? Yeah, no, no, no. I'm not paying 34 fucking dollars to get on a fucking in a fucking Uber. Like, no. Absolutely no. And then they don't even pay their drivers. Bro, if I take an Uber ride for like 30 some dollars, 30 something dollars or so, that Uber driver is only getting like a fraction of that. If you speak to your Uber drivers, they will literally tell you, "Oh yeah, no, bro, we're not getting that. We are not getting that money. We're getting a fraction of that." Now, see, DoorDash, Uber Eats, they let you know. Well, not Uber Eats. DoorDash, they let you know. DoorDash will be like, "Oh, hey, you know what? We're going to pay the driver X amount of dollars." Uber does not tell you that how much your driver is getting. You'll pay Uber like $75 for a ride, and your driver will probably get like six of that. Six. Now think about that for a second. Now I'm not saying people should go out and protest and blah blah blah, because personally, I don't want to walk through that. I don't have the time. But I will say, um, that's absurd. That's obscene. Like, who's regulating this? I'm not saying, first of all, the investors need to get on these people. That's number one. I know, like, investors are all here because they want blood money and they don't give a fuck about the American people. Great. Okay, I hear you. But, I mean, if nobody could afford your ride, like, how the fuck you expect to make money, bro? Like, tell me that right now. You're not gonna make jack shit. You're gonna be like broke in like 20 years. Because at some point, people are gonna be like, why am I paying you this much money? Why? And car rental is getting incredibly cheap. And we should keep it getting cheap because a lot of Americans, working class Americans, do not have access to their own vehicles. So we do need to start finding a way to increase the number of vehicles that are out there for rentals and decrease the price. And once we do that, you can make a lot more money if you have a lot more people paying you money for your service. And if you start overcharging people, you're going to start losing customers. But then here's the thing. Rich people don't give a shit. Not rich people, but most of them. They don't give a shit. You know why? Because as far as they're concerned, the more wealthy ones will pay for it. So here's the thing. They're like, oh, okay, cool. Jason and Matthew here can't pay for it because Jason and Matthew work for $20 an hour. All right, fine. But guess what? Nimrod Jack shit over there, who's got a shitty fucking attitude and like 14 kids, but like maybe 20 different people, that motherfucker's got some cash. He could pay for this. All right, fine. He and his 17 or 18 other friends who, we don't know where they got their fucking money. We don't give a shit, but they could pay for it. We'll take their money, so fuck it. They'll pay for it. They don't care. So here's the thing. Then you have to start to realize, if you don't care where the money is coming from and you only care that the money is going into your pocket, well, then I'm not saying that people should, commit crime, but I'm just saying, I mean, you know, sometimes you gotta rob Peter to pay Paul. Let me stop. I'm just playing. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't listen to me. I would not I would not ever do that. I'm just saying, if you have to, because at the end of the day, they don't care where that money is coming from. They only care where the money is coming from when they're like, bro, when other people start to care. That's when they care. But they don't actually care. Like, if you're paying them, they don't care. They'll shut the fuck up because they're getting money. They don't give a shit where it's coming from. That could be blood money. 15 people could have died for that money. They don't care. They don't care because they're getting money. And that's when people start saying, oh my god, this is blood money. Yeah, obviously, because that guy just killed like 14 fucking people. But you don't care because that guy that killed 14 people gave you money, right? And guess what? No one's going to ask you for that money. No one's going to tell you to give back the money. No, they're not. You're going to keep it. And if all else fails, there's a fucking tax code that'll give it back to you. So, I mean, no one's really losing here besides the guy that can't afford it. So that's the basics of it. Anyway, which, first of all, now that I speak about it, I was thinking about this when I was walking back from the gym. Think about the politics here, right? Like, everyone, first of all, like, I'm not trying to be a piece of shit, but I'm gonna be real here with you. I'm not trying to be a piece of shit, but hear me out. Number one, right? Um, no one, you know, they love to say that people, no one's above the law. That's actually not true. Like, everybody is above the law until someone else who's also above the law gets tired of them. So Donald Trump and that feud that he had with Nancy Pelosi, um, she got tired of his shit and was like, no one's above the law, and now he's got all these like convictions and shit. And like before that, like nobody gave a shit. No one cared. He was doing the shit that he was talking about before he got into politics. And he was doing that shit running wild doing it. No one gave a fuck that he was doing it. The minute he got in front of the cameras and was like, yeah, grab her by the pussy. Not saying that anyone should say that, but the minute he got in front of the camera and started saying that shit, everybody was like, oh no, we gotta regulate this shit. Oh my god! And then now everyone has a fucking problem with it, bro. This man was like what? How old is he? Like 70 fucking years old. He's like 70 something fucking years old. Minus like 20 of that, maybe. Say minus 16, because when 16, by the time you're 14, 16, you already know that most people are going to be a piece of shit. So by that point, he was probably doing a lot of weird fucking. You don't know what he was doing in high school, so don't even get me started about why I shouldn't say that. But I mean, you really don't know because you start to see behaviors in high school. So be real here. Be fucking real. So I mean, this dude is like, like minus like 14 years out of that. And right there, you should fucking know that this guy was doing whatever the fuck he wanted for as long as he motherfucking wanted. And he was living the fuck above the law until he got in office. And then motherfuckers were like, I'm sorry for cursing, but everybody was like, oh my God, we must deal with this. Bro, you didn't want to deal with it like 30 years ago. Sit the fuck down and shut up. Like, what are you talking about now? You did not care about this guy 30 years ago. 30 years ago, you were complaining, bitching and moaning, maybe putting him through a court case or a lawsuit or two, but you didn't care. You didn't actually care. Be real. What are you lying for? You only care now because the general public is just like, we need to do something. Bro, shut up, dude. You're wasting my time and the time of the American people, but you're not gonna care because to you this is just like regular everyday shit. So I'm just being real. Like that's just my opinion. Furthermore, since we're on the topic, basically, I signed up for the LAPD. I'm not gonna get into the whole works of it, but I have like this like physical exam and all this other shit, and I have to cut weight and all this other. Actually, that's not. This is so like not falling into it, but let me first of all, fuck that. I don't want to talk about the LAPD. I said I wouldn't use profanity anymore. I apologize, but let me be real here for like 2 seconds. The whole thing about those things. I'm not saying that people don't. Yeah, how do I say this without sounding like a piece of shit or sounding like far more uneducated than I actually am? I don't really want to talk about Donald Trump, because he's like doing whatever he wants. Like, first of all, I mean, the dude like turned down 60 Minutes. He did. He turned down 60 Minutes, and that kind of sucked. Not because I wanted to see him do 60 Minutes, but 60 Minutes claimed, well, not 60 Minutes specifically, but one of these news anchors, some brunette guy, I didn't catch his name, was like, oh my God, it's the first time in 60 years that anyone has done that. Is it? I don't doubt. I doubt that's the first time in 60 years that anyone's done that's in 60 minutes history, apparently, that anyone's done that. Well, he did it. What the fuck? Oh, bro. Oh my god. Fuck. I really should have gotten some. I should have got some Pringles because I'm starving. I should have got Pringles. I should have eaten first, actually. I woke up this morning and I ate like egg and cheese croissant with a Red Bull and a Boston cream donut because I really like Boston cream donuts for some reason now. And I had that for breakfast and I haven't eaten anything since then. Not because I don't have any food, but because I was upstairs in my room and I was trying to write, but I couldn't write because I have like really fucking bad writer's block right now. And like the only real cure or the only thing that helps me write with like writer's block is to like sit in the dark. So I'll just sit in the dark and type and listen to like some kind of like ambient music that kind of like matches the scene, or for some that I'm not famous. See, I'm not running around here like, oh my god, look at this brand deal. Da-da-da, no, fuck that. I'm not doing that. Like, I have enough respect for myself to realize where I stand in the public eye, and I'm not fucking famous. That's number one. And I probably have like one, maybe two fans, and if that, and they're likely not people that are like everyday people. They're large because how do I have never actually wanted to be famous, and I've always said that if I am gonna be famous, I don't want like everyday. I don't want everyday fame. Like I don't want that. Like I don't want the kind of fame where if I'm walking down the street, everyone's gonna see me and take pictures. I don't want that. Like I like the kind of fame where only a select number and a select type and a select group of people know me. So like I only want to be known by people who are well known. Like I don't want to be known by people walking down the street. Like the only people that I want to know me and the only people I want to be famous in, the only group I want to be famous in is within other like high profile individuals, corporations, and things like that. I don't want to be like that person who has like 5 billion subscribers and it's like a million fucking people, Tom, Dick, Harry, his cousin, and then some. I don't really want that. I want it like a low profile kind of fame where it's like you're well known by like politicians and shit like that. But sorry for cursing. I'm sorry about the profanities again. I do apologize. I did say I wasn't gonna use it. I want to be known by those people, just not everyday people. But at the same time, like I want to create work that like everyday people see, but at the same time, it's conflicting. I get that, but it's basically I just want to be known in among other well-known people and not lesser known people. So like you have to be at a certain level of fame or a certain level of celebrity or known or in a certain group to know who I am. That's what I want. That's the kind of lifestyle that I would prefer. How I would monetize on that? I don't fucking know. Cause I feel like that I would lose money. You know, but no, like I need money. Like I need more. Obviously, I need to make money. That's part of the reason why I'm doing this. But I would prefer it if it again is within that specific group. Like I don't want to be an everyday kind of fame person. Like I would rather be behind the curtains. That's my preference in life. Being behind that curtain, being that level, that type of fame, that caliber is preferred to me. That's my preference. It's a lot quieter too, and I don't have to deal with people shoving cameras in my face. I could never deal with that because I would hate. I don't know. It's not because I wouldn't like it, but I don't want to be annoyed. You know, I don't want to be annoyed. Plus, I want to walk down the street and go to the gym by myself when I'm doing my daily cardio and not have to deal with, not have to say, oh my God, I gotta go get the car. No, I don't want like this random person that's going to CVS to know who I am. No, I want like the person that owns CVS and the CEO to know who I am. Yeah, that's who I want to know me, not the people shopping there. That's what I want. That's what I prefer. That's what I desire. Um. All right. So, hey, let's switch topics for a second here. So, right now I am volunteering with the DNC, and I was gonna keep that a secret until the end of the election because the election's about a couple of days away, 20 something days away. And I wanted to keep that quiet, but I already started speaking about it. So on Twitter. So I mean, what the hell? And then the next problem is that like again, I don't have like a large fan base of people, and only a select few people know me. So respectfully, in some ways, I feel like I don't have to be worried, but I know in a lot of ways I do because it's my employment, and I should. It's not my employment just yet, but I would like it to be in some aspect. Everyone knows I want to be in politics. So let me tell you how this goes. So I'm volunteering with right now the Kamala Harris and Tim Walz campaign. I know on Twitter I talk a lot of shit about politicians. I'm very vocal. I'm very, I speak my mind. I like to speak my mind. And I like to be honest about how I feel about things. Um, and I'm not trying to be honest to offend people, and I hope that people respect that. It's not that I'm trying to offend people when I say the things that I'm saying, but a lot of what I'm saying is because someone needs to say it, and I would rather I be real with you and say how I feel, because how I feel is the same as a lot of other people, whether around the globe or locally or domestically, So it's important that I say that so that you understand how some of these people actually feel, because at one point I was one of these people. I can tell you right now, hey, some of us, we think a lot of things are weird. And a lot of things that we're promoting or that's on social media doesn't make any fucking sense if somebody's got to say something. Like the other day I said something about there there's been several videos on like Instagram and TikTok of disabled people who are wheelchair bound, who are wheelchair bound, who are otherwise paralyzed or quadriplegic, but mostly paralyzed waist down, usually like T related injuries, T or lumbar um related injuries, like lower. And a lot of these guys and gals, women as well, I understand that airplanes have gotten smaller, and a lot of the prices have gone up, and the aisles in the airplanes are a lot smaller, and I get that. And so one of the issues that a lot of these people face is that they're forced, or at least they feel compelled to and forced to crawl on the airplane through the airplane aisle to get from point A to point B. Now, I understand how that can be humiliating. I respect you. I get you. I understand. If I was in that position and I had to do that, I would equally feel the same. So please do not think that I do not respect what you're saying. But what I am definitely saying is the time that you're taking to do that, the person that's recording you could be helping you. And then again, respectfully, I understand that I don't know who's behind that camera. And I don't know if the person behind that camera is themselves able bodied enough to help you. But what I'm saying is that at airports, there are people who will help you if you ask for it. And if there's not people there to help you, there are other people, your fellow passengers, who would be more than happy to assist you and have you or allow you to have a more enjoyable and respectable experience on an aircraft. You do not have to feel like you are compelled to do that. You have options. There are people who are willing to help you. There, you just have to ask. And a lot of times, a lot of people are afraid to offer their help because they don't know how to help you. But if you sit there and you say, hey, you think you could give me a boost here? Just lift me. I'm not that heavy. You seem like you could carry me. Blah blah blah. Just can you help me over here so I can get some assistance from another person, or maybe let the flight attendant know, hey, I'm gonna need someone to lift me. I can't move. Do you think you could ask for like whether it be a male or a female, someone of the wheelchair attendants, if they're able bodied enough to, if they could help me off the aircraft, if they could carry me off the aircraft, even to my wheelchair. or maybe even see if they could like kind of push the wheelchair a little bit into like the entryway of the aircraft to try to help you get off. There are other options there. If I was a flight attendant, I would do that. I would help you. I'd help you get out of your seat and get your seatbelt up. I'd try to lift you. You let me know, hey, are your legs dragging? What's going on? What do you need? You need me to carry you, cradle you? Tell me what you need, and I got you. You do not have to feel like you need to do that, and you need to stop doing that and assuming that the people around you would not assist you. Did you ask your fellow passenger to help you? Probably not. Did you say, hey, to the flight attendant, can you reach out and see if you could get someone to assist me, please? And if not one, maybe another, a second, maybe a third. And if they can't help you, call the airline and do that. But what you need to understand is you can't keep doing shit like that because you're setting yourself back too many fucking years. You gotta stop doing that shit. It pisses me off, and it pisses a lot of people off because there's a lot of fucking people that will help you. Don't do that shit. It's fucking next. Right now, I'm doing a lot of phone banking with them, and I'm out there and I'm speaking to voters. You know, I'm at home, I'm calling them up, and I'm speaking to them. Right? I've got like right now, I'm dealing with a lot of Republicans. I'm not gonna lie. I'm dealing with a lot of Republicans. And these guys are, they're like, a lot of them want to vote for her. Like I had a woman the other day, she wants to vote for Kamala. She wants to vote for her because she herself used to be in work as a analyst for the GOP. In politics, and she was talking to me about politics and saying, hey, "Don't get into politics; it sucks." Blah blah blah. And I was like, "Well, I kind of like politics. It's my thing. I dig it." She went on to provide me some more information and give me some insight about her career as well. She shared with me information I will not share with you all. She also basically said she wants some sort of like a Republican Kamala Harris thing. And if my memory serves me right, there is sort of a Republicans for Kamala Harris thing going on, but I'm not familiarized with the website and information. So you're free, research is, you can find some things out there. I informed her that she could find some things out there. But I also invited her to do some phone banking, and she was more than happy to oblige with such an offer. So she took me up, and I guess she's doing it now. Additionally, I spoke with three people, three specific Republican constituents that really stuck out to me because they really had something to say. One gentleman I spoke with, he is a small business owner. I won't say what state he's in, but he's a small business owner, and he wanted me to pitch Kamala to him. And as you guys know, I'm dealing with my own stuff. So, you know, pitching her to him was not easy for me because if I'm being honest, a lot of what I'm dealing with has put a little bit of a sour taste, a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth, a sour aftertaste with the Democrats. Despite my support for them, I do have a little bit of a sour spot for them. So pitching her to him was a little bit difficult for me because it was really hard to pitch her to him in the absence of my own opinions of the state of politics right now, or the state of which I feel like I was subjected to, blah, blah, blah. In some cases, which I really wasn't subjected to. It's just a bunch of like self pity, but that's besides the point. Reality is that he wants to know what she will do for the small businesses, and I told him honestly, I'm not fully sure. She promised a grant. She promised a lot of things to us, but a lot of what she, again, like I said, I believe in my first or second podcast, and maybe even my third. You really have to go out there and vote. You know, because a lot of the people that you put in your local your local legislators, when you vote them in, they are the ones who are going to Vote yay, nay, maybe. That's funny. Yay, nay, maybe. They're the ones who are going to vote yay or nay to the things that she proposes, policies that she and the Democrats propose. And if they're not going to vote it up, you know, then she can't pass it. It doesn't become an executive order. It doesn't become legislation. So it's not just about voting for her. It's about voting for your local government as well, like your state, like your governor, your state assembly, all these people. You want to vote for these people, and it's really, really important for you to vote for these lower level people as well, because they are the ones who are not for nothing, they're more, your vote for them is actually more influential and more impactful than your vote for the president, because voting for your local legislators tells the president, tells the judicial branch, the legislative branch, it tells them what you want as a citizen. So if you're not going, and what you will accept, what you want and what you will accept as a citizen. So if you're not going out there and voting in these local mayor, local council, city council, if you're not going out there and voting in these things, you're not really expressing what you want. And as a local and small business owner, that should be important to you, because those local laws are really important. Like just how it was, just like how I said about public transportation in Los Angeles, how it sucks. Um, it's not the president's fault. The real discussion that I would need to have would be with Karen Bass, who is the mayor of Los Angeles. Karen Bass right now is trying to improve the local Los Angeles public transportation. That's what she's trying to do right now, and especially ahead of the Olympics. And I think one of the problems is I don't want to see a San Francisco problem. You know, just to go back on topic about Los Angeles transportation, I don't want to see a I don't want to see a San Francisco issue happen. That's what I don't want to see happen. And I know we can't help it, because a lot of people don't know what resources are out there, because a lot of people who are homeless are usually new to being homeless. So a lot of them don't know what resources and what options they have, you know. And as a result, a lot of times what you end up seeing is a lot of people end up on the streets because they think that that's where it should be. People are unaware of where their local shelters are. So if there is an issue and they need to go to a shelter, this is where you'll go. This is who you'll stay by. This is where you'll sleep, etc., etc., etc. And a lot of people don't know what these options are and how to get a hold of these options. And as a result of not knowing how to get a hold of those options, you end up with a lot of people on the street. And what Karen Bass is trying to do right now is try to get people off of the street and bring them indoors into shelters and things. But the next thing is about security and safety and the health safety in those shelters, because a lot of these shelters they're not safe. A lot of the times what people are sleeping on is a cot with a pillow, and your stuff is out in the open while you're asleep. If you're a heavy sleeper, anybody can take your stuff while you're asleep or not, you know? So it's not just about getting people off of the street. It's ensuring that when people are off the street, that we get them into safe and healthy places. And I know that a lot of times with the shelters and with overcrowding and things like that, we can't guarantee everyone will get like one of those shelter rooms. I know like some of those shelters, they have like those little tiny looking like apartment shelters where you'll see they'll get like a kitchen and a bed and like a little space for for a tiny TV or something, or maybe they'll give you a TV, or you'll have like a little makeshift couch or something, whatever the case is. You get a little something like that. But a lot of the cases, what you're getting is a cot and a pillow and a blanket, you know, and maybe some heat, and it's open space. So one of the issues with that is that that's not, you know, it's not safe, but in many cases, um, it's really the only option that people have, and a lot of times because of fear of their safety and things, a lot of people end up on the street and they sleep outside because they think it's better or they think it's safer. But when you're outside there and you're facing the elements, it's not better. It's not safer. It's dangerous because there are a lot of crazy people out there. Think about the serial killers that walk around and um, you know, murder homeless people because they believe that these people are less than. Back on topic with what I'm saying about politics, one of the not one of the three people that stuck out to me, but one of the people I called, he said something similar to that. He said, "Hey, look, I would love to vote for you, but I just lost my job, and right now I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow morning. I don't know what I'm doing today. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to be staying because I don't have any money." And I was like, "Oh shit, dude." He seemed like what he didn't need a call about voting and about showing up for the election. What he needed was a call of hope, like a call to say, "Hey, you know what? I understand what you're going through. I got you. Let me lend you something. Here's where you can go. This is your local, blah blah blah." Um, so that's one of the issues that voters are facing across the country. Another issue that voters are facing across the country is how from that guy with the small business, he really wanted me to sell her, pitch her to him, and I couldn't. Not because I don't, so support her, but a lot of things that they have her doing is pissing me off. A lot of it because I'm starting to see repeats. A couple episodes ago, I did talk about how when Hillary Clinton ran for president, all they did was stick her in front of the camera a lot. And now that Cam is running, they're sticking Cam in front of the camera a lot. And it's not doing her any justice because they're really grasping at straws when they're putting her in front of the cameras. They've got her on Call Her Daddy. I'm not gonna talk, ill about Alex Cooper and Call Her Daddy. I've been a Call Her Daddy fan since Call Her Daddy was Alex and Sophia. I've been a fan of them for a while. I again, like I said, they're one of the few things that I follow the growth of. I've followed a lot of people's career growth because I'm always watching someone's career grow. I like to study people. That's my thing. I'm a people watcher. I like to study people. I like to study how things work and how people operate. And I think it's really exciting to study. I like psychology. So, um, basically, I follow the growth, and I don't have anything against Alex Cooper for having, you know, a, a podcast that's really heavily influenced by sex and sexuality, especially female sex and sexuality and sexual expression. I respect it. I love that, obviously, because I'm trans, so, and I don't like to talk about sex. I like sex. Everybody likes sex. I just think that for a lot of people, it's really taboo to hear other people talk about sex. Um, Pussy is power. I mean, shit. I don't think I ever met a pussy. No, actually, that's not true. I have met pussy I haven't wanted to eat, but I believe, yeah, food, vagina, vagina. Okay. So yeah, no. So seeing uh, Kamala Harris go on Call Her Daddy and talk about things from tampons to reproductive rights and the rights of women and things like that. It was great. It was amazing. I didn't watch the full episode, but I respect it and I love it. And I like to see her in that element. It's great. I think that one of the issues that I'm having is that I think that a lot of what she's doing, she could be doing after she's in office. Like after. Like get in office and then do that. Like you could do Call Her Daddy not as a candidate. Why not do Call Her Daddy as the president, the first female president of the United States of America, on Call Her Daddy and not the candidate? That would be much better, you know? Um So a lot of what I think she's doing, I think is better suited for when she's already in the seat, when she's already in the chair. And her doing it before she's in the seat and in the chair, it's like putting the cart before the horse. Now, respectfully, we all know she's likely to win. She's most likely and most favored to win the election in November. We know that. But so was Clinton, Miss Clinton, Mrs. Clinton. And that didn't happen. Now, I'm not saying that's something that's going to happen here. But what I'm definitely saying is we got a lot of people right now here in October that are without houses and homes. We got a lot of people on the verge of homelessness. We got a lot of people who have been uh who are now homeless. We got a lot of people who are now barely scraping by. People were barely scraping by already, and now a lot of them have been put to shore. All right, think about that. Since Biden's little bullshit, sorry for the profanity, that happened with DT in his first debate, we know the large Democratic investors and donors were like, get him the hell out. And Nancy was like, get out or I'll put you out. And I respect that. But now that she has taken over and she's the candidate that we must see, and they're trying to put her everywhere, they're putting her everywhere. And you can't make a turn without seeing her. She's in the algorithms. She's in the sky. She's in the walls, baby. She's everywhere, you know? But the problem with that is we have people that just lost their homes. Thousands of Americans have just been displaced. We just had the biggest hurricane that we've had in years. In years. So many people are like homeless now. And a lot of them are going to recover. Granted, a lot of them are going to recover because a lot of people, they're prepared. But there's a lot of people not prepared for this, baby. A lot are not prepared. So many. And a lot of them are going to be people who were already barely getting by, barely scraping by. There are plenty of people who can make it, for sure. They'll lose their house today, and tomorrow they could build. They'll lose their house today, knock it down, and build a fucking castle, and put a moat outside so they don't flood again. You know, put some crocodiles around there to keep the burglars out too. But there's a lot of people who before this they were already thinking, holy shit, maybe if I don't pay this bill, I can pay that bill. And now they don't have a home. Now, not only now they definitely don't have to worry about let me pay this to not pay that, but now a lot of them were in debt, and now they're going to be in debt and homeless. And a lot of them are going to be barely scraping by, calling up family. Can I sleep on your couch tonight? Calling FEMA. They're already fighting with fucking FEMA right now. And we have another storm coming right the fuck up. America doesn't face a lot of wars, a lot of boots on ground on our soil wars. We've never actually really had a war like that since England. We haven't had a war in years in the U.S. where another country has invaded us because we got too money in the fucking military. I'll tell you that much. You can put that money Give that fucking money to the people in North Carolina, Georgia, Florida. Give them that money, bro. Cause that crazy. So many people. There was a couple I was watching on the news. They just bought their home. Young couple bought their first home in Florida, and it's already flooded out. But they're not worried. They're gonna fix it and deal with it, and they're gonna rebuild. It's kind of perfect for them because they get to rebuild. But a lot of people don't have that same experience, and a lot of people, they're suffering. They were already struggling before, they're struggling more now. It's crazy. It's sad to see. So we really need to do something about that. And people are angry with her. A lot of people in North Carolina and these states are really angry with her. They're angry because they think that she should be doing more. Tulsi Gabbard, I know I've been pronouncing your name wrong, Stormy. But Tulsi Gabbard, she was hosting a workout fundraiser for these people, and I thought it'd be really cool if more people did that. It'd be really exciting to see that turn into a trend where we have more people working out for North Carolina or working out for the hurricane victims, the people who lost their homes. We get like Netflix on there, NBC, CBS, ABC, all these big networks. Uh you get people doing push-ups for Helene or push-ups for Milton. Like we'll do they were doing the ice bucket challenge. We'll do 50 push-ups for Helene, or like 100 push-ups for this, or squats for this, or a mile run for this. Similar to how like climb 75 every year people climb 75 flights for what do you call it, for the Twin Towers, the World Trade Center. Like I can climb 75. I can climb 75 floors like right now with very little issue. Um, well, I didn't work out for the last 4 days, so I mean, well, I worked out yesterday. I mean, I can still do it. But yeah, so it's really cool. I like what Gabbard's doing. I think she should do more of it. And Gabbard is incredible. Um, I'd like to see Gabbard run again for president. She's really incredible. I really like that little gray streak she has. I don't know how she got that gray streak since 2020, but she's definitely working that for sure. It looks good on her. It adds to like her style, because like now when you see her, she's got this signature gray streak. That's just hot, bro. I don't know what. Like I don't know if if she did that on purpose or that's just how her hair ended up graying. But damn, bro, like I'm telling you this right now, girl. Sorry, sorry, but it looks. I like it. It looks good on her. She looks good. She looks really good with it. It's adorable. And like when she's out there, she's working out. She's getting all sweaty and stuff, and she's got in like the ponytail. It makes her look like strong as fuck, like powerful as fuck. Cause like I mean, she looks like Storm, and Storm is powerful as fuck. So now she's over here and she looks like Storm. She's just like super fucking powerful Hawaiian chick. That's just like, yeah, I could be the fucking president, and I was in the military. I can kick your fucking ass, and I work out like 5 times a day. I can lift weights. I could probably squat your body weight. And then like bro. Bro, Gabbard as fucking president would be sick. That'd be cool. That would be some plus. That would be sick. Oh shit, make America healthy again, bro. We should be blowing up Make America Healthy Again. I'm not gonna lie. Like I understand that like the Democrats are kind of pissed off and they're like kind of whiny about Gabbard leaving and RFK or whatever, and now they're basically trying to like sabotage their careers and give them like bottom of the barrel political careers or whatever. But like, let's be real, bro. Like, make America healthy again is like the greatest fucking thing ever that they've ever come up with, and I think that we should be pushing that initiative, whether whether Democrat or Republican. We should be taking them seriously, and Kamala Harris should be taking them seriously. She should literally be like not saying holding hands with Gabbard, but I'm definitely saying she should be trying to push her own Make America Healthy Again initiative. And I get like she's like doing like the whole like vagina parade, which I support, but at the same time, just like come on, bro, come on. Like we need like other policies, and I respect you on like. I know that Roe v. Wade is like the number one issue right now, but a lot of women in America are not worried about that. A lot of women in America have other worries. And right now, one of the things that one of these women have worries about are farms. I was speaking with another constituent in another state because we're in the battleground states right now, and one of the people I spoke with was a woman who she owns a farm. You know, she works on a farm. She's big in agriculture, and she's upset because Kamala Harris isn't talking or making any speaking points, and she has no real policy on farming and agriculture. And I was like, dude, you're right. You're fucking right. I'm sorry again for the profanity. She There's a lack of farming and agriculture in her policy or anything that's adequate enough to appease even the most left leaning Republican. We have a woman who said that her mother is a lifelong Democrat. Her mother's a lifelong Democrat, and she's refusing to vote for Kamala Harris for reasons of farming. She doesn't think that Cam is up to the task. Now, there has not been a second debate, and there likely isn't going to be a second debate. But there's a lot of people who don't want to vote for her because they don't believe that she's up to the task. They believe that it was handed to her. And I believe that, in some ways it was handed to her. I think a lot of things in her career was handed to her. Like, a lot of her positions were handed to her. I mean, some of the people she went up against, if you've ever seen her past debates, I don't remember their names, dude. I've been trying to find the name of that one woman that did a fucking dab on a debate stage. Like that was embarrassing. Like she was going to win that. She was gonna win because she made a fool out of herself. And in some ways, it was literally as if that woman purposely threw that race. She purposely threw that debate so that the constituents can see and the voters can see that, well, Cam is better up to task and this woman is better up to ass, like a jackass, because that's what she did on stage, some jackass bullshit. And as a result, it literally comes off as if, you know, Cam is the better one suited for the job because she didn't do that. And as a result, it literally does look like her entire career was doctored. And I'm just saying, it doesn't look real. It doesn't look like she was, it doesn't look like she fought for her career. And if she did fight for her career, those little tidbits take away from it, and it makes it appear as if her career has been handed to her, especially since she did meet with Pelosi years ago. And the fact that I think she slept with like the mayor of like Oakland or some shit like that. I don't know if she like slept with him, but that's the rumor. She might have. But shit, who hasn't? How many men have slept with other men? Straight men have slept with gay men. How many men have slept with women, the wives of other men? How many men have slept with the daughters of other men to get in the positions of which they are in? We don't talk about that now, do we? But we love to talk about when a woman happens to sleep with a man in power. Oh, we love to talk about that. Bro, you were sleeping with that man's daughter. And the only reason you slept with that man's daughter is because you knew who that man was. And that man, he happened to like you. He kind of grew a fascination for you and decided, hey, you know what? You're dating my daughter. I love my daughter. My daughter loves you. Why don't I give you a couple $1,000, couple $1,000,000 so that you can build your little company, so you could take care of my daughter? We don't talk about that, do we? Hmm? You ever read the backstories of some of these big people who own businesses in the US? You ever read some of their like backstories? They'll say, "Oh, I dated the daughter of this guy. I'm not gonna talk crap about I think it was what's his name? The what's Amazon guy? What is his name? Oh my god. The former CEO of Amazon. What's his name? The guy that started Amazon. Bezos. There you go. Shit. Oh fuck. Oh, I'm sorry, Bezos. I don't know if it's him, so don't quote me. And if it's not you, Bazy, I'm sorry, Jeff. If it's not you, I apologize. In advance. Don't sue me, please. I have like $5. Anyway, so I'm like literally, I'm not trying to go into bankruptcy for you, buddy. Please don't do that. Like I'm trying to build my career as well. Maybe wait till I have more money, then sue me. Um, it'd be better for both you and me. Trust me. Because then you'll actually get your money, and I might get a pool out of it, so I could cry in the pool. If you get where I'm coming from, no one can see. Anyway, the point is, I think it was Jeff Bezos who was dating Mackenzie Scott, and Mackenzie Scott's, I think, I think her dad invested in Bezos's company, and as a result, Bezos was able to build his company. Like even in the Disney family, Abigail, don't come after me. I love you. You're great. I believe like if you read their history, like you can literally see it. A lot of guys have slept with women to get ahead. That's why they end up with those that's why they get out. That's why they end up in what do you call it? Prenups they can't get out of. Some of them end up in prenups they'll never get out of. You know, you'll end up in a prenup and she'll tell you, you know what, I want a divorce, blah 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 blah. He'll run to her like I want a divorce, and then she'll be like, nah, I don't think so. I'm not gonna sign that. Hey, you're stuck. I'm sorry, bud. And then he'll be like, well, I'll move on. And she'll be like, well, I'll sue. You know, you can do that. You can sue your spouse over your prenup. Like, that's legal. You can sue your spouse for not signing divorce papers. But a lot of people don't do that because, like, that's just like ferocious. But people, you can sue your spouse and be like, yo, she won't sign the divorce papers. They'll tie your ass up in court for even longer, but I mean, hey, do what you gotta do, bro. You know, hey. But yeah, so men do that. Men sleep with other people to get ahead. And then they like to talk about women who do the same thing. Like, come on. Shit. I'd sleep with someone to get ahead in a heartbeat. I eat that pussy too. I'd be like, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do that. Anyway, you can't see me anyway, so you didn't know what I just did. But yeah, no. So the number one thing is that that woman thinks that Kamala Harris's entire campaign was her entire career was doctored and proxied and positioned for her to become president. But the problem is her career wasn't actually done like that for her to become president. um, I think what happened to her in a lot of cases, or at least in the case of her running for president and her now being in a position to become president, that was luck. Now that's luck. That is some good fucking luck that she had there. That woman throwing the debate with her, that woman was just an idiot, and that was just stupid. And that part I can see how you could say was doctored. Her taking over Biden's campaign because he's getting older. We knew she was going to become president. That's number one. We knew that anyone who was a VP, and we knew it was going to be a woman, any woman that would end up becoming vice president would end up taking over Biden's presidency, because we all know there's no way in hell that they were going to allow or that Biden is going to be able to pull off 8 years. We all know Biden couldn't pull off 8 years. We knew that the minute we elected him. We knew he couldn't get 8 years. He got four, and that was a surprise. We knew that everyone knew that Kamala Harris was going to become president. We knew she was going to become president one way or another. Even I said that. I was like, she's going to become president because he can't do his job. He's not cut out for the job. He needs to step down. Like he had to step down. And he was going to have to step down at some point. And she was going to become president as a result of it. That is good luck. And the reason why I say that's good luck and not her being positioned to become president is literally because when she debated against Biden, it was very clear that Biden did not like her. Or Biden had some kind of Biden had some issue with her. And I don't know if it was personal or if it was his ego. I think his issue might have been his ego, number one, because that would also explain why he did a what is it? Where's my notes? I gotta find my notes. Why he was on the podium in Flint while Kamala was was in Michigan. Kamala was holding a rally in Flint, and he's holding a fucking press briefing in DC with Karen Jean Pierre. What's up, baby? Sorry. She with her besides him. You should call me. Parlez-vous français? You know. You should really give me a call. I like you. So I think, it's safe to say, that Biden's got a little bit of his ego hurt because she's no longer stroking his ego. And he was like, oh, she was with me all the time. She was with me when I was making all the decisions. Bro, who cares? Yeah, she was with you. It doesn't mean she liked it. She probably went along with it because you were the man in charge. Now she's the woman in charge, or at least she's going to be. The next thing is that another person I spoke to, another guy, pardon me, that I spoke with about Kamala, he was concerned. Again, a lot of things. He was concerned about the 2030 thing. Um, and I went over the 2030 policies, the plans for 2030, and he seemed to be comparing 2030 to 2025.
Very much. So gonna do that now. So basically, it's about sustainable development. Um, the goal with this, based on this photo that I'm looking at right now, is that they're looking to like end poverty in like all forms, like everywhere. I don't know how they're gonna do that, but that's the goal, and that's like about 6 years away. So they're trying to end it in like every way. They're also trying to end hunger, um, and achieve food security and improve nutrition and promote sustainable agriculture. Which, again, like speaking on that, that's pretty much what that's literally what Robert F. Kennedy and Tulsi Gabbard are pushing for right now with Make America Healthy Again. And so it's kind of weird to see that the Democrats have not taken a chance on RFK to push this Make America Healthy Again thing. And I know that right now Cam is like campaigning. Cam's campaigning. That's it rhymes. Uh, I know she's campaigning right now, and so a big thing for her is reproductive rights because Roe v. Wade was overturned. Like, I get that and I respect that. But again, a lot of well, not a lot, like a bulk of everyone is like gonna vote because everyone wants Roe v. Wade back, or they want some sort of like generalized judicial branch, judicial, sorry, branch, statement or kind of legislation that just protects it across the board. And so like local governments in different states, local legislation can't like veto or overturn it in any way. So I get like that point of what she and several other women who are currently running for office uh in any stage of office. I get that right now is their big thing, and it's really the thing that's gonna push them over that edge so that they can win. So that's like their main focus right now. And I respect that, but given that they do have this 2030 goal, um, I'm actually surprised that they have not mentioned it. But again, we have 4 years, so uh if she is elected in November, if she is elected in November, we are bound to see some sort of legislation be entered in regard to making America healthy again. Maybe not by the same name, definitely probably not by the same person and or people. So maybe not Gabbard and RFK, but definitely we're probably gonna see it in some like new way, and see it be like instrumental in the upcoming 4 years. Cause 2030 is like 6 years away. So what are we doing? Additionally, they were talking about ensuring healthy lives and promote the well-being for all at all ages. I mean, again, this is something we'll only be able to see put into effect once someone's in office, and we don't actually know. We don't actually know like 100% who's gonna be in office. Right now, we believe it'll be Cam, just based off of what we're seeing in the race and how constituents are reacting, people, and the fact that her face is all over social media and media right now, and DT and JD have definitely turned down the 60-minute thing, and there's not going to be another like a third presidential debate, which means there's not going to be a second debate between KamHars and Donald Trump. So as a result, it is not likely that we are going to, by any means at all, uh, that we're all gonna see, any kind of thing about anything else, and it's just gonna drive, straight into the presidency, and we'll see who wins in November. Then we fall right into like ensuring inclusive and equitable quality education and promoting lifelong learning opportunities. This is something that Kamala did mention. She mentioned it on the campaign trail on several occasions in several interviews where she actually sat down and discussed trying to ensure that we had pathways to the middle class for all. So that's definitely something that they're pushing. Achieving gender equality and empowering all women and girls. Well, basically, we're already on top of that, so I'm not worried about how that's gonna go about. The next thing, which is the sixth one, because there's like 17, I believe. The next one is ensuring availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all. Um, I don't know how they're pretty much gonna push that, but I do know again, in New York, they've been working on something in their local government for their local city and power and water thing. So I mean, and then California is like always in a drought. So um not that's not funny, but I'm sorry. California's always in a drought. Let's be real. So at least not this year. This year hasn't been too bad. Like I haven't seen too many headlines regarding California in a drought this year. And the wildfires, they were a lot less intense this year than they've been in previous years. So I think we're all right. But then again, that could just be for this year. So also climate change is a thing and LA is fucking cold. um, Additionally, they're looking to ensure access to affordable, reliable, and sustainable modern energy for all. We're already ahead of that here in California because right now we've decided to outlaw gas mobiles, which is basically any car that's running on like gas or diesel. I know Gavin Newsom kind of passed some kind of law regarding that, some sort of legislation regarding that in 2022 or 2023, I believe, where he started discussing how we were going to get rid of gas cars on California roads and California streets. So that's pretty much put in effect here on the West Coast. Uh, as for the East Coast, I'm not entirely sure because here in the West Coast, we've already implemented in several cities, several small cities and counties like LA and San Francisco. I don't know about the other ones. We've implemented our electric rental services, electric car rentals, in addition to driverless cars, and those cars being hybrid, electric, and efficient. And Tesla is also modeling the stuff that they're doing. And we also have the Hyperloop and things. So we have various things going on here in California that at some point, probably by the end of the year into next year, we're going to start seeing those trickle into other cities, and likely it's going to end up across the globe. So I'm looking forward to it because in San Francisco they have the gig car, and the gig car is like really cool. You can rent it for like $8, I think, 8 to 10, maybe 20. I think it's over there, for an hour, and and you get like a package where it's like $80 or like 100 and something dollars for like the for 24 hours. So you can rent that car for 24 hours, and it's really efficient. It runs on electricity. The ones in San Francisco, they're like the updated what it does. They're the updated Priuses, and there's also some of those new Chevy cars that are also electric that are like running fully electric. So those are pretty much running, and there's like a big thing there. And following that, here in LA, now we have Blink Mobility. And Blink Mobility is roughly the same thing. I've only tried it out once, and right now they're using the Chevys. I haven't seen if they're using the Priuses, but they're pretty good. The one in San Francisco is like a collaboration between Gig and AAA, but the one here in Los Angeles is like Blink, the what do you call it? Blink is Blink where you guys know what Blink is. You plug it into your car if you have an electric car and you're not using the Tesla charger, you use a Blink charger. So you stop at the Blink charger and charge your car. So they have their own mobility, their own small micro mobility, but it's not micros, but they have their own mobility thing going on. So it's a rental, and it's literally like $15 for an hour. And if you go over an hour, it's like 25 cents for every minute, I think, after that. I tried it out the other day, which was like yesterday, literally. I don't know why I said the other day. Like I literally tried it yesterday. It's fantastic, really good car, really good, really efficient. And I tried it out while doing some like Instacart. So it was pretty good. I like it. I recommend it. Highly recommend it. The only issue is that, like San Francisco, these electric mobility rentals are not all over the city. So right now in Los Angeles, you can only find the Blink Mobilities in East LA, which is really good because people in East LA, it's it tend to be more low income, so it's really good for that crowd. Well, this crowd, because I'm here too, so. Oh yeah, here I am. It's really good for this crowd to getting around. So people that are more working class, it's really in the right areas. Um, I think it'd be really cool if it was more spread out and across Los Angeles. So a little bit more in WeHo and in West LA as well. But I think one of the things we that these companies don't want is that they don't want these cars that you can get for really cheap rentals to be subjected to the same behavior and misbehavior of their users as the scooters, the electric scooters, so like your Lime scooter and your Bird scooter. Because remember when Bird came out and Lime, people were just tossing them, leaving them all over the place. No one cared because they were like, it's not my problem. Whatever. But now, with these being vehicles like cars, there's a lot of more restrictions and a lot more charges. Like, you can get a $300 charge if the car has to be towed. Um, Different things like that. So unlike Lime's not gonna charge you $300 unless you're in San Francisco. I think in San Francisco there's like a $300 fine or something, for like if you're caught going the opposite way. And also Lime is kind of like updated their system in SF. I don't know if they've updated it here in LA, but they've definitely updated it in SF, where you can't if the scooter now knows if like GPS. So even though it's still the same like old scooter with the same, it doesn't look any different. It's not super updated. It knows if you're going the opposite direction to traffic flow, and it will stop. Like it will slow down, which by the way, I mean that's kind of dangerous because most people that are going against traffic, they're not being super safe anyway. So having that little thing as a part of it is kind of like a catch and go. You got to be careful. So basically, just do the right thing. The right thing. Just do the right thing. See that? That's a Caribbean accent in me. Just do the right thing, and obviously, you won't have your scooter shut off in the middle of while you're driving through oncoming traffic or somewhere you're not supposed to. Because there are restrictions, and just like there are restrictions with these cars, but like these cars, so like Blink. Let me get into Blink really fast before I get back into these things. The Blink car, when they first came out, not Blink, sorry, Gig in San Francisco, when they were first doing it, you were able to park it anywhere, but now you cannot park it anywhere. So I was in San Francisco for a year. I found out about Blink about, I want to say about 5 to 6 months in, and so half a year. And then once I found out about it, I realized immediately started using it, like immediately. It's a lot of people use it in the Bay Area because it's very popular in the Bay, especially next to Berkeley and UFC, USF. Sorry, it's in all of like the college zones and school zones and a lot of like the home zones. It's all over the city. But initially, you could park it basically in any parking lot, um, or any parking lot, and now it has to be like specific parking lots because I think a lot of the parking they're pretty much like they don't want the cars to take up all their parking spots, obviously, because it's public parking and other people want to park there. And San Francisco is like New York, so you also, well, downtown San Francisco, at certain parts of like FIDA and things, you have like a lot of high rises and people live in them and they have to park their cars there, or for whatever reason people that work in certain areas like North Beach and stuff, so they want to park their cars there as well. So you have another issue there, so they limit how many cars are there. But 95% of the time, at least, let me say 50% of the time when you try to go get your Blink or order your Blink on your phone through the app, it's gonna be on the other side of the bay. It's like literally in Berkeley. You're like, I was in SF and I was like, dude, I'm late for work. I gotta take this. Let me drive myself. I'll drive today. So I go to rent the Blink car and like there was none in San Francisco. They were all in Berkeley. I guess there was like a school thing. So all of them were in like Berkeley. And I think you can only go to like certain parts of Oakland and things with it. It has its limitations. It tells you where you can go, where you can't go, just like this bird. But the difference with is that you have more range. But you have to park it in designated parking lots, and a lot of those parking lots where you park it, not all, but a lot, the bulk of them have electric car chargers, so you can park it and charge it, just like the Blink Mobility here in LA. um, Blink Mobility here in LA. This one, since I've been to LA here in January, I was looking for something similar to Gig, and someone told me about it when I was staying at another hostel, and I was like, oh, hell yeah, I know this. I can totally check it out. I know what it is. I've dealt with a similar system in San Francisco, so it was pretty fun. I like it. I tried it out. Yesterday was my first time ever doing that. I enjoyed it. I will be doing it again for sure. I'll be doing it again. So we can count on that. And I think it's a system that we should put across the country in cities like Chicago and in New York. But I think again in New York it might be a little bit difficult to put that system in there. Just given New York's infrastructure at the moment. So I look forward to seeing what they do with it, with this electric car service. And it's not a car sharing service. So it's not like Get Around, which is a car sharing service. This is you're renting a car, like an electric car. It's more fuel efficient. You charge it up. And as a result, you only pay for the time you use it. So if you only use it for an hour, you pay $15 for that hour. And if you use it for 3 hours, you'll pay like 45. Or if, but there's a limit to how many hours you can use the car. So in San Francisco, I don't know, because I've never seen it, that there is much of a limit. But here in LA, the limit is 12 hours. So you can only have the car for 12 hours. So you can drive it to work, park it, charge it, and then drive it back to the drop off zone, park it at the drop off zone because it has specific drop off zones, similar to the gig. And then you just, park it, plug it in the charger, and go about your day. And it's pretty simple. So that's pretty good. Yeah. So let's get into the next one. The next one that they have here is promote sustained, inclusive, and sustainable economic growth, full and productive employment and decent work for all. Um, that's great. I don't know how we're doing that. We need to have like a lot more businesses, bring in more businesses. Like we need to start investing more in entrepreneurship, which I think is great. Because KamHars mentioned that she definitely wants to see more investment and she wants to put more investment into entrepreneurial growth, which is fantastic and something that San Francisco has also done. The reason why I say that is because uh, more entrepreneurs coming forward and starting and building companies opens the room and opens the floor for there to be more jobs. And there being more jobs is like the best thing that could ever happen because once there are more jobs in more industries, more people will want to work. And as a result, we have better opportunities. So now people don't have to feel like they're just supposed to do this or like they can have a little bit more oomph in their job description, CTO of a production company, baby, or something. Mildly inorganic but cool. um Following that, this is 9. I don't know if you I didn't section these off. 9 is to build resilient infrastructure and promote inclusive and sustainable industrialization and foster innovation, again like the one before. That's fantastic. We can do that. It's amazing. We just have to invest more in entrepreneurs. So not necessarily to bring in new industries, but definitely to improve and expand on the current industries. And we also need to stop monopolization. Because what happens is like Snapchat and all these other companies, Instagram, Meta, if we stop how much monopolies are happening, the monopolization of industries, then we open the floor for there to be more jobs, more companies, more people getting hired. And what our goal really should be is to limit the amount of mergers that are happening and to stop mergers, because mergers halt job opportunities. Because if someone signed like a non-compete with one company, obviously I know there's things happening on the back end to stop these things, exonerate us to stop these things, stop, basically to halt it and say, oh well, it's not existent anymore because now you we're like one company, blah blah blah. I get that. I understand that. But the basics of it is when you have things like non-competes and all these different things like that, you really, for a lot of people, it's kind of like strange because you get the you get the gist. Basically, what happens if I worked at this company, was fired from this company, and then I get hired by this other company, and then the company I worked for before merges with that company. Is my job now in jeopardy? Things like that, basically, because I got into it with the COO, and you get the point. So basically, that's one of the number one concerns that think that we have with the monopolization of companies, and why we should stop too many mergers from happening within different industries, specifically within tech, because we have a lot of people in tech right now, so many people in tech, and not enough tech jobs as a result of mergers and monopolization. So a lot of tech people out of work doing their own thing. So I think we should focus on that. Next, we have reduce inequity within and among countries. uh Inequality, sorry, reduce inequality within and among countries. uh Fantastic. We're in the middle of like two wars. I won't even touch on that. Oh, sorry. uh Make cities and human settlements inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. That's something I did mention earlier in this podcast, earlier, literally. Definitely, a lot of people don't know what resources they have if something goes wrong. We don't have those resources out in the open, and while they are available on the internet, a lot of the keywords might not necessarily be uh completely subjective or objective enough for people looking for it to find it. Therefore, people aren't getting all the information they need when they need it in the case of an emergency. So, things like how and who do we turn to when you have sudden unemployment? How quickly do you apply for unemployment? Most people know these things, but the basics of things are like people who are already struggling before and already facing some kind of setback prior to their sudden unemployment or their newfound firing or termination. What do they do next? Because some people who have jobs, things happen even while you have a job that can lead you to have to be someone who works for, someone who gets like who makes 100K a year and still live in a shelter for different reasons. Things like different things happen. Every situation is unique and unfounded. So as a result, we need to have these resources available and accessible by everyone, because remember, there was a time not too long ago, following 2020, 20 when we had, I think, politicians in the US and Canada. There were two I know of right off the top of my head. I don't remember their names. There was a guy here in the US and a woman in Canada, and they were politicians who were newly elected, but they were homeless.
And so they talked about in the early stages of their career and the early stages of their them taking office, there was several interviews that they did where they discussed where they pretty much discussed what it was like being elected into government and not being able to actually afford a living situation upon doing that still. So there's that. So yeah. Anyway, following that. Next one is which that actually has not wait, so yeah. And basically yeah. So aside from that, again, that gig car blank mobility thing, it definitely also falls into the goal for making cities and human settlements inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. And it would help a lot if we got a lot of the immigrants that are in those encampments out of those encampments and into safe homes um ASAP, and not just use them as political punching bags or political pawns, because that's kind of what they're being used as right now. They're just a bunch of political pawns that we're holding on to, and we need to do something about that. And I don't think they realize it, because even though they know that they're getting food and shelter, they have no idea just how much they're being used as pawns. And it's actually ridiculous and it's kind of sad. Um, Next one, ensure sustainable consumption and production patterns. I can't really touch on this because I'm not particularly sure what they're talking about, even though I believe it might be like cars, the car companies and electrics, oil, different major production companies and things like that, in that way. So I don't know too much about that. It's not really my area of expertise, so I can't comment. So moving forward. Take urgent action to combat climate change and its impacts. This is a fantastic one. I think it's great. I move for it for sure. Definitely for it. Let's live on Mars. I want to live on Mars. I volunteer for Mars ASAP. Trust me. I want to be there now. I'll go today. Conserve sustainability, use oceans, seas, and marine resources for sustainable development. This is another reason why we should be putting more money into sailing and water sports. If you guys watch sailing, I'm a big fan of Sail GP, a big fan of monohull racing, yacht racing, catamaran racing. E1, I believe, is a new one that's out. I'm not too sure in it. It's kind of got like the same scoring as MotoGP, which is a reason I don't report on MotoGP. There like I like watching it, but I'm not going to report on it. The reason why I wouldn't report on that is because their scoring is so convoluted. I think it's unnecessary, but I know why they do it and I get it, I respect it. I hear trust me, I do, but it's a little bit too much. So I don't talk about it. So that's why I don't report on it, but I do watch it. I'm a massive fan, trust me. But I don't report on it just because of how confusing it can be sometimes, even for myself, and I don't watch it enough to report on it. So that's also that. Uh but again, the major thing that we have with sailing right now is the sailing and the sailboat racing, yacht racing. These industries have really been stepping it up with marine life. They've been doing a lot of marine work to keep the waters clean. They've been doing a lot of marine work to really try to save and redevelop the ocean. I know there was a country, I don't remember. Oh my god, dude, I saw the videos too. If I find it again, I'll post the photos. But there is a country, I think it's like Australia and things like that, and some other countries like New Zealand. New Zealand has a big thing with dolphins, which I learned about last year. Well, not last year, but this year, earlier this year, during the last season of Sail GP. New Zealand has a lot of dolphins, and they have a lot of laws about dolphins in their water and when you can sail as a result of that. So, and they're very strict. They're so strict that Russell literally considered Russell Coots
literally was like, dude, we are not bringing Cell GP back here if you're gonna be doing this about the Dolphins. It was so annoying. It made headlines. It was everywhere. It's crazy. I loved it. Um, great, great spectacle. Great for great, great publicity. So following that, in addition to, we also have a lot of the sailors, they go out there and they have like a constructors cup that they do with Sail GP. And the constructors cup is essentially where they talk about which team is doing the best work for marine life and marine health and marine safety. And I fucking love it. I love seeing it. I think it's amazing. I believe one or two of the people on one of the girls. There might be guys as well, but I only know of the girl. I don't remember her name, unfortunately. I'm really bad with names. You have to realize that by now. I am so bad with names. And also this is kind of, I didn't even look into this, like do the research, so I I'm fully unprepared. I'm doing this unprepared. So forgive me, please. But one of the girls I believe that's on one of I think it's the Swiss team. I could be incorrect. I'm so sorry. She is literally like I believe she's like a marine biologist, and she was helping out with the constructors club. She's doing really great things, and it was amazing. Um, and it's really great to see it because you see how much passion that these people have for the water. Also like dotsing. Those guys that are doing dotsing, they're not really focused on the marine life, but definitely I think the more water sports we have that take us out into the marine world in a more extreme way could benefit us better and bring more of a highlight back to marine worlds, because the last time we had any kind of highlight on marine life, it was back when we had like the oil spill, and now there's like limited talk about it. There's people talking about it, but it's not as much. Like you really have to be in those close knit circles to hear more about it, or you might see a video or two show up on your timeline on social media, and you might say, "Oh wow, that's so nice." But I feel like when you're a part of those water sport communities and those sailing communities, rowing communities, you really start to see and hear and focus more on marine life, and I think it's really great. So it's another reason why we need to bring sailing into the mainstream. But I love where it's at, where it's like a niche sport that uh very specific people like. And I like it. So you already know I'm here for it. Following that, and also Russell Coots, dude, you amazing. All right. Following that, the next one is to protect, restore, and promote sustainable use of terrestrial ecosystems, sustainably manage forests, combat desert, the desertification. Yeah, desertification, and halt and reverse land degradation and halt biodiversity loss. I respect it. I'm kind of big on this one. With the redwoods. Uh, I'm big on this one because I really like trees, and that's not an innuendo for cannabis. I'm a big tree fan. I grew up in the Caribbean, or surrounded by fruits and trees that produce a lot of fruit. And I love it. Um, so I'm backing that for sure. Um, so yeah, I don't have too much to say about it because I'm not much of an agriculturist, but I definitely like it, and I'm supporting this. Promote peaceful, inclusive societies for sustainable development, provide access to justice for all, build effective, accountable infrastructure institutions. Sorry, at all levels. This is a big one, and I think that I'm really interested in this one because my mom used to be a teacher, and I don't want to get into this. Oh, listen to me talk about myself, so you can get on board with this as well, and give you this whole like Ponzi scheme, chat. Um, you know, chat. But yeah, basically, I mean, I support. I'm here for it. When I first came to Los Angeles, I worked for the teachers, the LAUSD, LA Teachers Union, and I did a lot of campaigning for the for school superintendent and things like that. Well, school superintendent, a lot of campaigning for that, for the votes and things. And I'm really big on it. So, as a result, so I'm here. I support it, and I support all schools allowing people to apply at any stage, particularly for bachelor's programs. And I'm not saying community colleges are bad. I'm just saying I'd rather see more people apply to baccalaureate programs and get into it, instead of having to go through community college. While I agree that community college is a perfect route, I still believe that anyone who has any amount of credits from community college should definitely be able to get into a bachelor's degree, no matter how many. Even if it was just like one semester, if you have a few, you should be able to get in. I respect it. Following that, the next one is strengthen the means of implementation and revitalize global partnership for sustainable.
Every time that she makes a mistake, it's really heavily judged, and it's really heavily judged by the opposition, and also the supporters of the opposition. And in addition to, it's also supported heavily by a lot of people who are watching her and still who are really undecided and still trying to decide if they want to vote for her. So she had a question by the 60-minute interviewer, and one of the questions was about, gun control, and I believe it was taxes, and having, big corporations pay their fair share. Now this is a song that the Democrats have been singing for a long time, and she proposed something to him, and he asked, well, how are you going to get this through Congress? And her response was, when you talk quietly with a lot of members in Congress, they know what I'm talking about because their constituents know what I'm talking about. Which, no. Uh-uh. They know what they're talking about, but like with any high office in the land, when you get in office, here's the thing: be real. When you're in office, sometimes, especially in the first year, I imagine some people forget that this is the people, you're working for the people. You know, it's like a business. Politics is like a fucking business, baby. So when people get up there and they get in these positions and they have this control, they have this power, they realize, hey, I can sign legislation. Hey, I can sign this action. I can propose this law. I can propose this thing. I could ask Congress to pass this. I could go talk to the president. I can do this. Oh my god. The world is my oyster. Holy shit. Unless, of course, you're Mayor Eric Adams, because he got too far ahead of himself. See, when Mayor Eric Adams first got into office, baby, he thought he was the big man on campus in politics. He was like, the way his behavior, clubbing every night like he was a celebrity, he was everywhere. When he didn't get what he wanted, he got on the plane. Eric Adams tried to position himself as the mayor of I don't fuck around. If I don't get what I want, I'm going to show up at the White House and I'm going to clobber you until I get what I want. And Biden was like, who the fuck is this guy? Biden pulled. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Biden was like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" Basically, that's what he said. Like, who the heck are you, bro? Like, no, 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 no. Hold on, wait. You gotta have more respect here. Because Adams, he was, you should have seen this man in the early stages of his mayoral career. This man, the way he was talking about the Biden administration, JB's administration, he had so much shit to say. He was talking crap about them every day. I don't know, blah blah blah. And then the immigration thing, and then he was not acting like a mayor. He was acting like a thug, and people are gonna hear me say, and they're gonna be like, "Oh my god, he's saying that because he's black." No, I'm not saying that because he's black. I'm saying that because his behavior that he exhibited was unprofessional, and it was a kind of behavior where a mayor, was trying to strong arm the White House. He was trying to strong arm them. The mayor of New York was trying to strong arm the fucking president. Bro, the FBI was at his door so fucking fast. They were like, bro, hold up. You got a lot of shit to say. Give me a second. Let me see what the fuck you're really doing. Blah, blah. Couple. Let me find this real fast. They found that shit, dug that dirt up. They were at his door the next morning. The minute he got on the plane, the FBI was at his front door. Bro, what? Well, he was on a plane to DC to go try to strong arm JB. The FBI were at his door so fast because they were like, we're not going to do this. Let's look at this. Let's look this over. Let's get a magnifying glass. What did you do, bro? Adams was delusional. You know how I said, like, you should be delusional in my first session? Like, that guy was delusional. That guy really thought that he was the king of New York. He was running around here like 6'9" in a suit. Couple shades darker too, but and bald, obviously. But he was running around like 6'9". He was running through the streets of New York. You don't give me what I want, I'm gonna come down to the White House and I'm gonna spank you. And Biden was like, "No, you are not." It was funny. And now they found they dug up everything about this man. They dug up so much dirt about this motherfucker. It's so crazy. And this is why I say the shit that I say. Like, you can't you can't really like talk shit about politicians like that. Like, not to be disrespectful, but if it's me being real, there's certain shit that you can't do. Like, there's certain shit that you can't say. Like, you can talk all your shit about your politicians, but the minute you start doing shit where you start like overstepping shit and you're just like, yo, I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna knock on your door. Yeah, we're gonna come knock on your door, bro, real fast. Because we got your number yesterday. Uh, what? Like, you can't do that. It's so stupid. And because he had a big fucking mouth too. And I have a big mouth too. Don't get me wrong. I definitely have a big fucking mouth. But see, the thing about me is, I don't say shit along the lines of, if you don't give me what I want, I'm going to show up at the White House and spank you. No, baby, nah. See, me, if I'm saying that I'm coming to the White House to spank anybody, it's likely going to be a female that works there that I might be dating or interested in, and it might be a mutual exchange of sexual nature or something like that. So if I'm spanking anybody, it'll be her because I like her, or maybe it might be a him. Who knows? You know how I do things. I like to explore. I might want to spank her, him, them. I might be in bed with a couple. You don't know that. I might be with a couple. Who knows? So, as far as I'm concerned, why the fuck? Like, he's so fucking rude. No, I'm sorry. What does it say? You're too big for your breeches? I think he's do with like Biden. Like, Biden does not play around. Biden might look like like he's America's favorite grandpa, but he's been in politics for a long time, man. we it seems like we're trying to see, at least, not, I shouldn't say we, but it seems like what the goal here is to see that if her policies and what she's running for is likely to defer her from the Clinton campaign, and essentially make her seem more attractive to the younger voters and everything. Especially because she's got that really niche, little young, youthful look that she's got. And she's really, like, she's really colorful in, like, her approach to things. She seems very vibrant and she's very vibrant. And it's very, very interesting to see her in this element. So it's really cool to see that from, like, her previous elements, which are also very vibrant. She has a very, like, flowy, like, she's very cute. She's very cutesy. Not cute like cute, but cute cutesy. If you get where I'm coming from. Like, adorable. Like, in her own favorite, what did she say? Like, America's favorite aunt? Or in this case, like, America's favorite mom is where we're going from. Like, you kind of want to go give her a hug and be like, oh my god, give me a fucking hug. But, like, non-sexual, like, non-innuendo. Like, you just kind of want to, like, she feels like she's very compassionate, but you still, at the same time, she's, like, not afraid to, like, break the chair leg and chase you down the hall. She might, because she has those, like, Caribbean roots. And if anybody knows anything about Caribbean parents, if you know anything about Caribbean parents, uh, if you know anything about Caribbean parents, now, like, African American parents, like black, like American parents, like, that's one thing. But Caribbean parents, you have to remember, in the Caribbean, there are no laws that prevent you from essentially beating your child, from slapping the shit out of your child. In the Caribbean, no one is regulating you slapping your child. No one's regulating how you discipline your child. Now, if you kill your child or you abuse your child, there's regulation for that. But you also have to remember that in the Caribbean, it is perfectly normal to beat your kids. It's They beat children. The police will come to your house and beat your kids for you. It's like a on call punishment. You could call the police to come beat your kids because your kids don't listen to you. So if your kids are not listening, you can literally call up the police department and say, "Oh, my kid's not listening. I need you to come," and then they'll beat your kid. They'll spank your kid for you. It is perfectly normal to spank your kids. So listen, my grandmother, I was raised by my grandmother, and I know I talk about her sweetly and nicely, but babe, that woman broke a fucking chair leg. All right? Well, she didn't break it. The chair was old anyway. We had to get new chairs regardless. But the chair was fucking old. And the chair leg, my cousins and I, we were playing, it fell, blah, the chair leg was weak. So we were getting new chairs anyway. She took the chair leg and she wasted no time chasing my short, tiny behind around the house. Oh. Oh. Oh, what? No. Babe, I used to get beat as a kid. My grandmother used to really kick my ass a lot. I used to get my ass beat a lot. I used to get my behind handed to me in school and at home. Because in school, people don't know this. In the Caribbean, in school, you are also allowed to beat kids. You're allowed to beat other people's kids. It's normal. It's a normal in our culture. I could go to somebody's house. I'm not gonna go to your house and beat your kids, but it's normal. People do that. They call their neighbors. This child is too hardened. They're not listening. Blah blah blah. And your neighbor will spank little fucking Joey. Well, that's not a Caribbean name. Keon. Keon is a popular Caribbean name. They will spank little Keon around for you and go back home. Regular behavior, everyday behavior. That's normal. So if you think Kamala Harris is just gonna come in office and give you a hug every day, no, she's gonna kick your ass. People fail to realize who Caribbean people are. They look at Caribbean people and they think, oh my God, Caribbean people, oh my God, they're so nice. Good music, dance, great vibes. Yeah, until they're beating the shit out of you. Fuck yeah. There is a people don't know this. A lot of people don't know this, but the locals know it. I don't know about Jamaica because her family's from Jamaica, but there is a literal event in the Caribbean in Trinidad, a little old event where people would beat the shit out of each other. Not a fight. Not a fight. This is not a hand to hand combat. This is like two people with sticks beating the shit out of each other with sticks. It is a cultural norm to smack people around. It's so normal that it has a day and an event. I'm not gonna tell you the name because I don't remember the name, but shit, no, baby, you don't know. These people are crazy. These people are fucking crazy. These people are no, they're crazy, and I am one of them. I'm sorry, but I don't smack people around. That's another thing. I don't like doing that because I've never understood or liked it. The idea of it has never sat right with me because I used to go to school. I used to get beat with a. My teacher used to hit me with a drumstick. I had a teacher in standard 4. I had a teacher. Her name was Miss Green. Greene. She was my standard 4 teacher, and she I wasn't a bad kid, but for what people in the Caribbean consider to be like a naughty child, I was a naughty child. Okay, I again, like always, I do what I want to do. You know, in some cases, and sometimes people don't like that. And she wasted no time beating me. I had one time I had a teacher in second year, and that teacher, whew, she was the first teacher that ever beat me on my behind. Now, usually when I got, in school we call it licks. Like when you get hit by a teacher, they'll call it licks. They'll say, "Oh, look, you get licks." But you know the tongue that we have a vernacular that we use, and they'll say things like, "Oh, yeah, blah blah. I'm gonna give you some licks or whatever," and so she would do that, and everyone else they'd like hit you on your hand, like your palm. They'll take like the ruler or they'll take the drumstick, like Miss Green, and they'd hit you on your hand. You just take a couple lashes to your hand, and then you go try to pick up your pencil while you're crying. Like you'd be fucking crying trying to pick up your pencil, and you can't pick up your pencil because your hand fucking hurts, and you're like the trauma. When I say trauma, that's childhood trauma. So don't fucking talk to me. When I say I have childhood trauma, I mean I have fucking childhood trauma, bro. Okay, I spanks you, slap you like lashes on your palm, and like look be like 15 lashes or so on your palm, and then tell you to go sit down and write. How the fuck am I writing, bro? What? I have to take up like this pencil. Now there's tears, and I'm bawling, like ooh, like wiping my fucking tears. My palm is in like red. I'm in fucking pain. My palm hurts so bad, and I gotta pick up this pencil and fucking write. So now I'm like, oh shit, I'm crying, and I'm sitting next to this kid because there's someone sitting next to me who's like not crying. And he's watching me like struggle to like write with this pencil. Like, no. People don't know trauma until you grow up in an environment. That's trauma, bro. That is actually real trauma. In addition to that, you wanna know how fucked up that is? I had one teacher, she was the only teacher that ever in my entire life uh beat me on my ass and on my behind, and she died Not because she was killed or anything. No one killed her, I promise. She just passed away because she she got a brain aneurysm and it ruptured, and they got it late because there isn't a lot of there isn't a lot of hospitals in in the Caribbean. There are quite a few hospitals, but there's not like a lot. A lot of them aren't like everywhere. So, I'm looking for. Hold on. Please try an alternative time. What? Oh, because of the time. My bad. 10. Okay, yeah. So basically, like like yeah, it would suck. So, and that was kind of like what you had to go through as a kid. My cousin used to get his ass beat too. He was crazy. He got bit by a dog because he was kind of like a jerk. He was a little bit of a jackass in some ways, but he was a great guy. He was my cousin. He got bit by a dog. I'll probably get into that into the next session. Um, I think I touched on everything except for which I kind of don't want to talk about, so I'm kind of happy about it that I did not get into that. Uh, mm, I think a lot of things that I did not get into, I will ultimately end up getting into during my next session. So I'll do that for my next session. And for now, I think I basically hit all my nails on the head. I'm just gonna go over about like 10 minutes because my session's done. But yeah, no. So Um, besides that, yeah, you get beat a lot, and Caribbean parents beat their kids all the time. And a lot of once we move to America, a lot of times we're not gonna do that anymore. We're not gonna hit our kids because here in America there are like really strict laws about hitting kids. Like you can't hit your kid and things like that. Obviously people still hit their kids in America. People still do it, but you know nowadays, like I know my cousin, my little cousin, when she hits her kids, she gives them like rules. She'll say, "Okay, look," because my family's from the Caribbean, so and we hit our kids, and we're gonna hit our kids no matter where we are. So we give each other like little rules, like we'll give our kids little rules. We'll be like, "Hey, you you are not allowed to tell people that I beat you because." If you tell anyone, I will beat you again. And then we like to make threats because they'll, like, your parents will threaten you. They'll be like, and if you think my beatings are bad, imagine what your life will be like in foster care. Do you want to be in foster care? And then like these little kids will be like, no, and they're like crying and like shaking their head, no, like they're like, this is trauma. This is trauma. This is fucking trauma. Do you want to live in a homeless shelter? And they're like, no, no, no. And it's tears. The trauma that we put on Caribbean people have trauma. Okay, we got trauma from our parents and from childhood. We're never gonna fucking get over that. We have so much trauma like you'll never understand because we raise our children in this way like we're gonna beat you and you're not allowed to tell anyone that we beat you. We'll come to America and be like, we're gonna beat you here, but we're not gonna allow to tell anyone that we beat you. And the next thing is the favorite Caribbean parent that we don't talk about. Let me tell you who that is. Caribbean parents will book flights to the Caribbean and they will take their kids to the Caribbean. They'll say, "Oh, we're going on vacation." And they'll take their kids to the Caribbean, right? They'll tell the teachers, "Oh, no, 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 we're going away." They'll leave the US, right? Take the kid to the Caribbean, right? When they get to the family's house, the grandmother's house, or whatever, bam! Cut the fuck ass. That's what it's called. It's called a cut ass. You know why it's called a cut ass? It's called a cut ass because they're gonna beat you so fucking badly that your chocolate behind is going to look red like a rose. Okay? You know how you have blushing, how some, like my girlfriend, some Caucasian people will blush? That is what that chocolate behind is going to look like. Okay? When they are done with you, it is going to be so red, so bruised, so bruised. You will need a donut to sit on. Okay? Because this is what they do. This is trauma. Trauma. Okay? So I'm going to tell you this right now. Caribbean parents don't fuck around with their kids. Do not be fucking fooled. Okay? Like my parents, bro, you think my parents would kill me. And when I say they would kill me, I mean my mother will kill me and then stuff me back in her vagina. You talk about reproductive rights? This will be, what do you call it? Unreproductive, rerouting reproduction. Because I can't tell you how many times my mother told me, you came out of me and I will either put you back in me or I will put you in the ground. Okay? So I'm telling you this right now. I have actual trauma because those threats are scary. And a lot of Caribbean kids, my cousins, my nephews, my other cousins. Oh, babe, we all got it. Okay? We got it. We got it. And we tell our kids, do not go to school and tell your teacher that I hit you. Because if you do, I will hit you. Okay, like, and I'm sorry, and I don't want to say this, like, don't go knocking on the doors of Caribbean people, but I'm letting you know, like, we beat our kids, like we do, and it's not because we're not beating the shit out of them. We're not abusing them. Okay, no, it's a fucking spanking. And if you have kids, you gotta know that sometimes you want to smack the shit out of them, and sometimes you have to. Because in the Caribbean, we firmly believe that if we beat the crap out of you for doing it once, you're not going to do it again. And I'll tell you that right now. Most of them aren't doing it again. Trust me, if your parents beat you once for doing something, you're probably not going to do it a second time because they like to tell you, I will give you a beating that you will remember. A beating that you will remember for your lifetime. A beating you will tell your kids about. Okay? Now, and don't even start this nonsense. Oh, that's because of slavery. That's because of. Oh, no, 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 no. Fuck that. Because white people beat their kids too. Shut up. I hate that. Oh my god, it's because of slavery. It's because no, it's not because of that, bro. It's because sometimes children need to be disciplined, and sometimes words and grounding isn't enough. And in the Caribbean, they firmly believe that it doesn't do anything. They firmly believe that shit. You gotta get you gotta get your ass handed to you at least once or twice. All right, and that's basically it. Anyway, besides that, I don't really have anything else to talk about. I touched on the Republican constituents. They don't believe that Kamala Harris is fully ready to run for president. They actively believe that she needs more media training, and they believe that the role was handed to her. And they also believe that she isn't doing enough to convince them to vote for her. So they want more out of her. Uber needs to do like set pricing. This is not the fucking market watch. This is not Wall Street, baby. This is not Wall Street. Come on, figure your fucking shit out. If I gotta keep closing the app and opening it back up to see the prices change, baby, you gotta do something. Please set price $20 from here to here. That's it. Stop doing that shit. $25. It shouldn't cost me more than $15 to go to work. At some point, you just have to put like you used to do it and you stop doing it. Your regular routes. You used to do regular routes. If you go to a regular route, the regular route would be cheaper because that's your regular thing that you go to every day and you used to make it cheaper. You need to do that again. Re-implement that because this is not market watch. It's not market watch. I'm not trying to watch the stocks rise and fall when I open the app. I want to get from point A to point B and I want to know what I'm going to expect. If a trip to the airport is gonna cost me $45, I want it to cost me $45. Not $45 one second, 46 the next, 47 the next, 43rd. What is this? Christie's? An auction? No. Figure something out, implement a set price, and re-implement uh regular route pricing for people that go to a regular route regularly. Re-implement that discount. We need that back, please. I don't know why the fuck you stopped that in the first place. That was stupid. Biden again holding a press briefing while Cam was doing a rally. That was shady as fuck. Don't do that again, bro. That was shameful. And on top of that, her teleprompter went out, I think. Babe, you need like to figure something out. You gotta roll with the punches. What is it called? What is that? Improv. Do something else. Not don't repeat yourself. Find something else to talk about. You already know what topic you're talking about. Build on it, work on it. Come up with some key pointers to get yourself better for the next time you're in front of the teleprompter. Do better. You've been doing this for a while. Get better at it. We love you. Take care. Do fucking better. Cause you can do better. Especially if you want to be president, you got to come up with something better. We're really not trying to hear you repeat yourself every fucking time. Uh, Musk sent out Starlink to North Carolina. Dude's great. He sent it out to Florida too. We got Milton coming into Florida. Florida, bro, stop building single family homes right now. Don't build any more single family homes in that state. You have too much fucking hurricanes. Too many. It's about time you start redeveloping and building some high rises. Sick and tired of every fucking day. Water up to here. The car was submerged. No, end that right now. Stop doing that shit. Redevelop. Start looking at redeveloping plans immediately, like right now. Fucking DeSantis is over there working himself to the fucking bones every hurricane season. Poor man. Jesus Christ. Fuck, bro. The man's gotta comb his hair every fucking day because of that shit. It's stressing him out. God damn it. Second, Tulsi Gabbard. We need you to do better. You're doing the workout fundraisers? Do more. Get it nationalized. Rally with your constituents. Rally with your people. Rally with the Democrats. Come on, volley, babe. You wanna be a leader? Act like a leader. Let's see some stuff on NBC. Get the ball fucking rolling. Start pitching it to people, babe. You could do better. You could do better. You're doing a fantastic job, but you could be doing a better job. Next, Nancy Pelosi, baby. Hi. I just wanted to say hi. That was it. I have no beef with you. I don't know. Hi. Can I get into that golf club? Not the golf club, the tennis club, because I really like tennis. Please, give me like a discount. Call it the Tyler discount or the Latrent discount for me, baby. What do you call it? JD and DT. Personally, do the fucking 60 minutes, bro. Nicole Kidman, babe, I thought you were all over screens. You're doing a fantastic job. Your kids are getting older now, so seeing you on screen more and seeing your kids on screen more and getting more public views, I'll touch on that next week. That's actually incredible. I want to talk more about that. And I want to talk about chaos. I'm upset about that, but we got to talk about why they were canceled, and I'll talk about that next week again. And Garland versus Vanderstruck on the Ghost Gun thing. I'll talk about that next week. But for right now, that's about it. That's it. I gotta go, and I don't have anything else to talk about because again, I apologize for the profanity ahead of time. I try to spell a lot of it out, but a lot of it I was really emotional about and really invested in and into. And again, I've gone over 2 hours. I hate this. Anyway, this is session 4, and I am Matt Black. Tyler R. Latrend. The R is my dead name, but it's on my ID, so it's not that dead yet. But yeah, thanks for listening. I don't know if you actually listened. If you listened up to this point, thank you. If you did not listen up to this point, fuck you. Sorry. I mean, I love you too. But anyway, thank you. I guess, I mean, I don't have a lot of viewers, so, and I don't have a lot of listeners. And maybe at some point and someday I will. But for right now, I'm just scraping by and investing in myself. And I really appreciate that. So, whatever. Thanks for listening. And if you actually give a shit about this, then thanks for giving a shit. So thanks for caring. Thanks for actually taking the time. I appreciate that a lot more than you know. Um, Again, also October 7th, that happened the other day. It was a really great Remembrance Day for the Jewish people that died last year. It's really sad, and I really do hope that the families are recovering and the other hostages that have not been released. We hope that they are soon to be released, and we hope that they come back home safely. And yeah, I respect it. I respect you guys. I love you guys. I care about you guys. Fuck Iran. Fuck Iran. Fuck Hezbollah. Fuck the jihad. And fuck KamHars. And yeah. And shout out to everybody else. And I don't know. Maybe I'll put like a donate thing so you can donate $1. Like you don't have to donate like $20. Like you can donate like 50 cents. I'll probably do that. And that's really just because I kind of want to see if people will actually donate to it. Maybe no one will, but I'll give it an anonymous option so you can just be anonymous. If you wanted to, you could. If you don't, you don't have to. I don't think anyone's going to do it anyway. They never really do it, so it is what it is. So have a great day, whatever, great night. I gotta go. I'm going over my time by 15 minutes later. Bye.